There's a moment in life when everything suddenly makes sense. The years of pain, the desperate attempts to earn love, the silent suffering, it all leads to one undeniable truth. For me, that moment happened at my sister Maya's grand promotion party. The ballroom at the Fairmont Copley Plaza was a picture of luxury. Golden chandeliers cast a soft glow over the marble floors. A string quartet played an elegant melody while Boston's elite sipped their champagne, celebrating her success. I was just a shadow in the corner. Then my father stood up, tapping his glass to silence the room. He raised a toast with a proud smile. "Maya has always been our greatest blessing," he announced. "Honestly, we should have stopped after her. Second children are usually useless anyway." The room erupted in laughter. I felt the world tilt beneath me. I turned to Maya, my last hope for an ally. Her eyes met mine briefly, but instead of outrage, there was only a flicker of discomfort. She exhaled and shrugged. "They're just joking," she said later when I confronted her in the hotel's powder room. "Maybe if you worked as hard as I did, they'd be proud of you too." That was it. That was the moment I knew I was done. That night, I erased them from my life, and for the first time in my existence, I stopped chasing love that was never meant for me. But 3 years later, they came crawling back. Not with apologies, not with regret, but with desperation. Maya had fallen, and suddenly the daughter they discarded was the only one who could save them, or so they thought. This is the story of how I rose from the ashes of their neglect, exposed their toxic legacy, and finally found justice. Growing up, I was little more than an afterthought in my family's carefully curated world. Maya was their masterpiece, the golden child, the prodigy, and I was the second-born, the mistake, the child they had no plans for. Maya had everything. Extravagant birthday parties with custom cakes, live entertainment, and a guest list filled with children of senators and CEOs. My birthdays? A rushed card. Maybe a store-bought cake if they remembered. "We spent too much on Maya's party this year," they would say. It wasn't just birthdays. When Maya was accepted into an elite private high school, our parents threw a grand celebration. When I earned a full-ride scholarship to an equally prestigious school, my father barely looked up from his newspaper. "At least we don't have to pay for this one." College was the same story. Maya's tuition at Yale. Law was fully funded along with a luxury apartment and a generous allowance. When I got into a top-tier university for computer science, "We've already committed our resources to Maya's future. You should take out loans." So I did. I worked 3 jobs, survived on instant ramen, studied until my vision blurred. But no matter what I achieved, it was never enough. At family gatherings, my mother would wave off my success with a casual, "Oh, she does something with computers." They had a daughter they were proud of, and I wasn't her. By the time Maya became the youngest senior partner at her firm, I had built a strong career of my own. I managed a team of engineers at a booming tech company, earned a 6-figure salary, and mentored young women in STEM. But to my parents, my accomplishments were background noise in the symphony of Maya's success. Her promotion party was the final proof. As I sat at my distant table sipping my drink, I listened to my parents lavish her with praise. Then my father took the stage. His words cut through me like a blade. "We should have stopped after Maya. Second children are usually useless." The room laughed. Not one person objected. Not one voice said, "That's cruel." And then there was Maya. She stood among the laughter, her face unreadable. I searched her expression for something. Remorse, discomfort, anything. But all she did was sigh and look away. That was the night I knew. I would never allow them to make me feel small again, and I would never let them back into my life. I disappeared, blocked their numbers, deleted their emails, moved to a new apartment. For the first time, I lived for myself. I worked hard, climbed the corporate ladder, earned promotions, bought a brownstone in Back Bay, traveled, built friendships with people who valued me, not for my last name, but for me. And my parents? They barely noticed I was gone until the day they needed me. 3 years of silence. Then suddenly, a flood of frantic messages. Maya had lost everything, her job, her savings, her control. And the truth? She was addicted to cocaine. The golden child had crumbled. I should have felt sympathy. I should have felt something, but all I felt was cold detachment. Their voices trembled as they begged me to fix it. "We can't send her to rehab," my mother whispered. "People will talk." That was all that mattered to them. Not Maya's health, not her life, just their reputation, and that's when I knew they hadn't changed. They would sacrifice anyone, even their golden child, to maintain their image, but they made one fatal mistake. They came to me. I had 2 goals. 1. Get Maya the help she actually needed. 2. Destroy my parents' carefully constructed image. I moved with precision. First, I sent an anonymous letter to their church, exposing how they were hiding Maya's addiction. My mother was quietly removed from the fundraising committee. Then, I leaked the truth to Maya's former law firm. They released a statement confirming that she had been fired months ago. Finally, I let whispers spread through their beloved country club. Their world crumbled, and Maya, I got her into a private rehab facility under a false name, where they couldn't reach her. Now, I sit back and watch as the parents who once called me useless struggle to hold on to the one thing they cherished most, their reputation, and I can't help but smile, because for the first time in their lives they are the ones being erased. And I am finally free. My parents lost everything: status, reputation, influence. Maya is healing, and for the first time, we are rebuilding something real. As for me, I've won. And if you've ever been the forgotten child, know this: you don't need their approval. You never did. Justice isn't always revenge. Sometimes it's just walking away and letting them destroy themselves. Thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so and hit the notification bell to stay updated with more shocking, real-life stories happening around you.